I have a $1,200 car payment, and I would do it again and again and again and again. You're only on this plan once. While it's important you do smart things with your money, it's also important for you to enjoy yourself.
There were 2 monthly bills that I promised myself I would never have again. The first one is a car note. When I made that final payment on my car, I almost dropped down to my knees because between the car note and the insurance, it damn near took me out.
These payments run that deep to the point where you cannot live your life.
If you're gonna have a car note, make sure it's on a car that you actually like. Okay, don't be paying a car note on a car that you don't really care for. Because when that bill comes, you're gonna be rolling your eyes, sucking your teeth, and stomping your feet.
I will be paying $1,500 towards my car note for the next 11 months, even though my car note is half of that. I have decided that 2026 is the year that I get out of debt when it comes to cars. I have never had a car note before, and I only got one towards the end of 2024.
How much you put down?
$1,000.
How much is your payments?
$600.
And how long you financing? For life.
All right, so the black one, I pay $3,100 a month. The gray one, I pay $2,900 a month, so a total of $6,000 for these two.
Cars are absolutely important, but in the year of 2026, in these crazy times, having a car note that exceeds upwards to 4 figures a month is shocking, to say the least. Let's get into it.
I have a $1,200 car payment, and I would do it again and again and again and again. You're only on this plan once. While it's important you do smart things with your money, it's also important for you to enjoy yourself. You're paying a mortgage on your car. I don't care. I'm interested in cars, and I have a twin turbo V8 in my 20s. In life, you have to make calculated decisions. It's a give and take, it's a push and pull. So where I may overspend on my car, I underspend in other critical areas of my life. Like I barely buy myself new clothes, don't drink any alcohol, I definitely don't smoke any of that good stuff. So I may be $50,000 in debt, but it's my life.
And you know what? You kind of have to respect it because at the end of the day, everyone's individual situation is completely different. But he prefaced it. He even told us, he's like, listen, I'm into cars. I'm into vehicles. Like this is something that I like. So it's something that he's into. And typically when we're into things, we invest more into it in terms of our time, our resources, money, things of that nature. So that's natural because he even said himself, he doesn't drink any alcohol. He doesn't buy himself any new clothes. And we know people who are very heavy into fashions. They do like fashion hauls, lifestyle content creators, vloggers, things of that nature. And they invest a lot into that just off the strength of their interest and what they're passionate about. So I respect it. But to be quite frank with you, in the year of 2026, a $1,200 car payment is absolutely absurd. It's absolutely absurd. Now, like I said before, everybody's situation is completely different. For me personally, I would not pay $1,200 for anything other than rent, really. Other than rent, and if mortgage or something regarding like my living situation or something that can really handle the weight of that expense, if that makes any sense. I don't have anything off the top of my head right now. The only thing I can really think about is really rent and shelter. But like, if you guys have anything that you would spend $1,200 on that is like a necessity, like you need, like, please let me know in the comments down below. But guys, in the year 2026, these car payments are looking absolutely absurd. Crazy work.
I will be paying $1,500 towards my car note for the next 11 months, even though my car note is half of that. I have decided that 2026 is the year that I get out of debt when it comes to cars. I have never had a car note before, and I only got one towards the end of 2024. And now that I've been in it for a year, I've only got another year in me. I have a 2025 Tesla Model 3. I love her. I enjoy her. But I do not enjoy this car note. I will put it here, but I am scheduled to pay her off by December of 2027. I want to have her paid off by December of 2026. Now, I am in a fortunate position where when I got my Tesla, they were running a special of 0% APR. So all of my payments so far only go towards the principal. I have no interest. Around mid-July of 2025, that is when I started making $1,000 towards my car payments. So my payment is technically $791.30, but I opt into paying an additional $208.70 so that it makes it an even $1,000. So as of the end of January, I will owe $16,500 on my Tesla. I went into Excel and I did some numbers.
Hold on, we gotta stop this because to be quite frank with you, all right, listen, like I said, we do not know what their individual situations are for these people. $800 for a car payment. She even went above and beyond, and she said, I'm about to pay 4 figures towards it, which is absolutely wild. A 4-figure payment to your car, honestly, in her particular situation, she's literally being as proactive as you can be, because her goal is to get out of it. She literally said verbatim herself, I have a year left in me. After this, I want to be done with this debt, this particular debt, this car debt. Because you guys got to understand, like, these payments, they last a long time. She's also in an advantageous situation as well, because she has 0% APR. So she's not paying no interest. It's not like she's paying like $791 or just under $800, and then she makes the just under $800 payment, and then 400 of those dollars are going to interest. Like, no, all of it is going towards the principal, and that's good. That's really good. But good Lord, $800 car payment is absolutely absurd. For her situation, she's being very proactive about it. 0% APR, that's advantageous. Am I forcing it? Is this a lot? Is that a lot for you guys? Obviously, we do not know what her financial situation is, but she seems like she's well kept. I'll be transparent with you guys. My car payment, I actually just got it lowered to like $290, $280 recently. Thank God. And I was able to lower my interest and everything on there. And it's like amazing. I went from like 7% to like 4%, which is super dope, and cut down the payment almost in half. So literally, I was in this bucket. I know what it feels like. Car payments are literally one of the reasons why a lot of people can't even build wealth, because a lot of the times when people finish paying their car notes, they're like, sometimes they cry. They're like, oh my gosh, like, this is over. My life can continue. I have more resources that I could use to further my life, or to take care of myself, and to take care of my family, to take care of my children, things of that nature. Absolutely wild. Let's continue.
This is my payment schedule for the next 11 months. If I want to be able to pay off the remaining $16,500 in the next 11 months, I need to be paying $1,500 for the next 11 months. Now, fortunately, I'm in a position where that is not impossible. It's just annoying to be able to do that because it requires sacrifices on my part, but I am more than willing to make those sacrifices. I am more than willing to put less in my savings. I am more than willing to cut expenses in certain areas just so that I can be able to make that additional $500 every month, if it means that by next year, I no longer have to pay anything towards my car. It is worth it for me because when I do the math, my insurance on average costs me between $120 to $150 a month. And then for charging, I can go less than $100 a month on charging. Heck, $50 a month is what I can spend if I do things right on charging. So if I do things right, by next year, I can only be paying $200 every month when it comes to my car. So I'm willing to make that sacrifice now because it will pay off in the future. So that is my plan. And in order to hold myself accountable, I will be checking in here on a monthly basis every time I make a payment, just to show that the payment is going down. And if I'm unable for whatever reason to make the $1,500, I then have to say why I was not able to do that. But I have faith in myself that I'm going to be able to do it because I did the $1,000, no excuses. So $1,500 will be fine.
Honestly, I got to give her a round of applause. Because she's being extremely proactive. Now, don't get me wrong, that just under $800 car note is still very absurd to me. We don't know what the situation is, but to me, it's still relatively absurd. But the fact that she's taking high levels of accountability, making a $1,500 payment when she only has to make $800 a month for the car to be able to get out of this bondage that she's in. Because the truth is, debt is bondage, whether you want to believe it or not. Yes, debt is bondage, whether it's good debt or bad debt. It doesn't even matter because things could still go left when you're in debt. It is what it is. But the fact that she's still being very proactive about it is super, super, super dope.
If you're gonna have a car note, make sure it's on a car that you actually like. Okay, don't be paying a car note on a car that you don't really care for, because when that bill comes, you're gonna be rolling your eyes, sucking your teeth, and stomping your feet. Okay, I personally don't mind paying my car note. Now the insurance, that's a whole nother story, because in the state of New Jersey, the freaking car insurance is just crazy everywhere. There's no way around it. But my car note, I love her. I have a 2024 Acura RDX, and she is absolutely beautiful. She's gray on the exterior, red leather seats on the interior, and every day I get in this car, I'm just like luxury.
For the people out there that, especially in this climate where the car notes are absolutely astronomically high, even repossessions are astronomically high right now. People is getting their cars snatched left and right. But at the end of the day, if this is a purchase that you're looking to make, at least have it be something that you want. something that you like. Because when you're making the payments towards it, she even said it herself right at the beginning of the video. She's like, you better like it, because when you're making them payments and it's something that you don't like, you're going to be huffing and puffing and sucking your teeth and throwing tantrums and throwing fits. Well, respectfully, this is the decision that you made. So it is what it is. At least get something that you like. Yeah, guys, like cars are one of those purchases that are so critically important, because it's not the money you pay for the car like upfront. Like say you purchase it completely outright cash, or you finance it. The true cost is whether there's interest, whether there the gas that you're going to be putting in, the maintenance costs, all the things to upkeep the maintenance of the car. The true cost is really in the maintenance of the vehicle. So yes, on top of your car payments, yes, the gas still gonna have to happen. The insurance is still gonna have to be there. Depending on what state you live into, insurance might even be through the roof. But yet, listen, in this day and age, in 2026, if your car note, honestly, if your car note is more than like $600-700, like things are looking crazy. And honestly, 400 is nuts to me. I think it's personally nuts. 300 is even wild to me. I'm happy I was able to get mine to like 280 to whatever. Even then, I'm still like, I don't like this, because before I had to get to the point where I had to, get car payments and stuff like that, I owned my car outright. I was only paying $80 a month for like insurance and then some gas, and then gas every week. Like $40-50 worth of gas a week, because I wasn't going anywhere too crazy. I wasn't doing anything too wild. And to have to pay every single month for a car, cars are necessary, they're important. But good Lord, these payments, bro, they're looking absolutely out of control.
All right, so the black one, I pay $3,100 a month. The gray one, I pay $2,900 a month, so a total of $6,000 for these two. The car that is in Houston with my brother, which is the Cadillac Vistic, which I'll put in here. I pay $1,700 a month to get both of my car to wash every 2 weeks, $120.
Hold on. Guys, listen, first things first. This person probably has the capacity to be able to afford something like this. You never know what anyone's situation is at the end of the day. $1,700 a month for one car, $2,800 or $2,900, if I'm not mistaken, she said, for the silver one, and $3,100 for the black one. That's just the car note. The notes, guys. Yo, I'm absolutely baffled. Really, truly, there's levels to this, because good Lord, where is this level at? Where's this level? Because the truth is, like, people who are probably in this situation also might actually be like materially like look rich too. Really, when you dissect their financial life, it might be ugly. It might be bleak. It might look weird. Let's continue.
So total of $240 a month. Insurance is about $1,100 every 6 months for both of these cars, but for all three is $3,400 every 6 months, which is not bad
For insurance for three cars, that's not bad.
So
That's not bad.
total, I pay $7,800 worth of car notes. Every 6 months I pay $3,500.
$7,800 worth of car notes every month. Yo, you realize that the average American doesn't even make $40,000 a year, $45,000 a year? What? Honestly, like for me, like at this phase of life that I'm at right now, like the ideal monthly expense is probably like anywhere between $2,500 to $3,000 for like everything: rent, car, groceries, utilities, everything. Her one car note probably is somebody's monthly salary from their job, or monthly pay from their job. They got a good job. Yo, that is absolutely wild, especially when you put things in context. This particular individual is paying $7,800 a month for 3 cars. Imagine getting that as income as an individual. You could do so much with that, depending on where you live, of course. That's absolutely wild when you put things in juxtaposition like that, for real.
For insurance, and $240 a month for car washes. What do you think? Is that too much to pay for 3 cars, 3 luxury cars? Put it down in the comment below.
I personally think for my personal situation where I am currently, that is a heaps amount of money. Now for someone else in this world, someone else in America, someone else in the world, wherever you're at, that might be chump change. I remember I was watching a TikTok and there was this guy who was buying shoes and they were kind of like negotiating with each other. They're just bargaining back and forth. And the guy said, I'll sell these shoes to you for $1,500. Now, listen, I don't know who's buying shoes for $1,500, but people do it. It's a real thing. In response to the $1,500, the guy who wanted to purchase the shoe said $1. I was like, $1? He was like $1. I said $1? He said $1. And then someone translated and they were like, no, $1 means 1,000. I said, oh. So in terms of their perception and how they even look at money is different. Because $1,000, he says, instead of saying $1,500 or a band or $1,000, this man says $1. Really, there's levels to this. The answer to this question is whatever your level is at. If $7,800 for 3 luxury cars monthly is okay for you and it barely makes a dent, then so be it, depending on your situation. Let me know what you guys think.
There were 2 monthly bills that I promised myself I would never have again. The first one is a car note. When I made that final payment on my car, I almost dropped down to my knees because between the car note and the insurance, it damn near took me out. I was so tired of making that payment, and I think that was like almost $500, if not $500, that was walking right out the door. People now have told me that it's way more expensive if you have a car payment than it was back in 2017 when I got this car. I am keeping this car until I cannot keep it anymore. I am driving it until the wheels fall off. I don't give a damn. This car can be a hoopty and I'm still gonna drive it because I will never get another car note again. It's gonna take a lot for me to have to do that.
She said a whole lot right there. Car payments were a lot cheaper back in 2017 versus what they are nowadays. Car payment is one of the payments that she does not want because there's just like this burden on your back. And we already saw the other video. The other video was like, hey, listen, if you're gonna pay a car note, at least pay for something that you like. Don't pay for something that you don't like, and then it becomes a burden. You building up this strange resentment. And the reality of the situation is with the car notes, like it does borrow from your future self, especially if you're not being productive about it. Like if you just got a car note and you're not really doing too much, it's almost like it's just kind of eating at your life at that point. And a lot of times, like we have things that we want to do, we have things that we want to explore, but we feel like they're behind. Oh, we have to be at a particular stage in our life, or we have to be making X amount of money before we could do what we want to do. No, like you could do what you want to do by literally minimizing your monthly expenses. Look at your monthly expenses, especially our cars. Our cars eat up a lot of our money, which is the truth. That's just the reality of the situation. But a lot of the times, like the things that you want to do, you can do them. But are you willing to put $800 worth of effort to be able to maintain your car? Or are you willing to put in, I don't know, $300 worth of effort to be able to take care of that and then free up some time, free up some space for you to go enjoy yourself and do the things that you want to do? Sometimes like our ideal versions is literally behind these goofy payments that we're making. And once we eradicate these payments, we free ourselves up to go essentially be our ideal versions or do the things that we want to do. These payments run that deep to the point where you cannot live your life. Absolutely absurd.
How much you put down?
$1,000.
How much is your payments?
$600.
And how long you financing? For life.
Oh, nah, that's not even funny. Because if these numbers on this TikTok are true, first time buyer, $1,000 down on a Hyundai. I don't know what year that is. $600 a month for 237 months? Yo, this can't be real. Is this real? I'm actually shocked. $1,000. That means that this person can't afford a car. That's essentially what's being said here. This person is not in the state to be able to afford a car. This stuff is dangerous for real. Like I'm looking at it now and I'm like, this is very dangerous. So that means for the next 600 months, you're going to be paying $237 towards this vehicle. You're going to have overpaid for the car anyway, because you couldn't afford it anyway. And that's the thing, especially when we're not financially fit. Being financially unfit is actually so expensive because guys, then at that point, she's not paying for the car no more. She might get to the point where she's paying to live. She's going to be paying to pay. She's going to be working to pay for the car. She's not going to be working to live anymore. It's going to get to that point. This is crazy work. Absolutely crazy work. This is absolutely ridiculous. In the year of 2026, car notes that are upwards to $600, $700, $800, $900, and sometimes even four figures is absolutely wild to me. Now, listen, everybody's situation is completely different, and I completely understand that. So if it's in your means, go do your thing. But to be paying $600 for 237 months is absolutely absurd on a $1,000 down payment. Financially, you are not responsible enough for a payment like that. And a lot of the times, a lot of these car sales people, some of them are good, but a lot of them really like withhold information from you that you essentially pay for. You essentially pay for withheld information. You're more effective. The more information you have heading into these kinds of purchases, the better, because then you could just make better decisions and decisions that you can handle instead of a salesperson just selling you a car because you so desperately need a car right now and they receive their commission, but 8 months, 9 months, 2 years down the line, your car gets repossessed because up front, it wasn't even a good deal to begin with. That's it for me, guys. America is in an absolutely crazy state right now. I know a lot of people are currently looking for employment and it's looking absolutely bleak. And this video goes over that. I'll catch you guys real soon. Peace out.